Elden Ring!
What if I told you that one game could win Game of the Year twice? Does that sound fair to you? Welcome back to the Attis. Today we're diving into the 2024 Game Awards and the big changes that are stirring up some controversy. This year, for the first time, DLCs and remakes can compete for Game of the Year. On one hand, I'm thrilled to see expansions like Shadow of the Erdtree and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth getting the recognition they deserve. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel like this move might be a little unfair to brand new games like Black Myth: Wukong and Astrobot Rescue Mission. So let's break this down, how this decision impacts the awards, why it feels unfair to newer games, and what I think the Game Awards could have done instead. Let's start with what's new. DLCs and remakes are now eligible for Game of the Year. That means expansions like Shadow of the Erdtree and remakes like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are in the same running as fully new games. At first glance, this seems like a great idea, right? After all, these are incredible pieces of work and they deserve recognition. But here's the problem. These DLCs and remakes already have a massive head start. They're part of established franchises with built-in fan bases, whereas games like Black Myth: Wukong are stepping into the spotlight for the very first time. And as much as I love Elden Ring, and trust me, I am a FromSoft fanboy through and through, if Shadow of the Erdtree wins, it's essentially saying that Elden Ring dominated Game of the Year for 2 years in a row. Well, not consecutively, but in a row, you know. And in the grand scheme of things, that just doesn't seem fair. This decision feels even more bittersweet when I think about last year. As a huge fan of Cyberpunk 2077, it hurts to know that Phantom Liberty, one of the best expansions I've ever played, wasn't eligible for Game of the Year in 2023. If the Game Awards had made this rule change a year earlier, I genuinely believe Phantom Liberty would have stood a chance. The game has a rich world, the story, the characters, it was all top tier. And yet it didn't get its moment to shine in the spotlight because there wasn't a category that fit it. Instead of squeezing DLCs and remakes into the Game of the Year category, why not create separate categories? Imagine Best Expansion or DLC of the Year, a place to celebrate masterpieces like Shadow of the Erdtree and Phantom Liberty, or Best Remake or Remaster, to honor incredible projects like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. These categories would give these projects the recognition they deserve while keeping the spotlight on new games in the Game of the Year category. Look, I get it. Shadow of the Erdtree is a masterpiece. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is incredible. And I love these games just as much as the next fan. But at the same time, I want the Game Awards to be a fair celebration of all gaming achievements. New games like Black Myth: Wukong shouldn't have to compete with expansions or remakes that already have a massive fan base. It's not just about being a fan of these games, it's about the fairness for the entire industry. So what do you think? Should DLCs and remakes compete for Game of the Year? Or should the Game Awards create separate categories? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy discussions like this. Thanks for watching. And as always, happy gaming. And thank you for giving me your time today. Peace.